Diogo Costa is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And right now, he's being linked with a move to Real Madrid, right? The story is saying that his agent, Jorge Mendes, is about to offer him to Real Madrid. And this is surprising because we've just saw Diogo Costa in the Euros, right? He had a really good tournament, kept Portugal in a lot of games, was really pivotal in them winning that penalty shootout as well. He's at, what was it, Porto, where he's been having a great season. He's a very wanted keeper in this sport. I don't know why he would come to Real Madrid right now. Now, if Courtois was dropping in performances, right, and we needed a keeper, I can definitely see Diogo Costa being somebody that the club would have targeted. But if Lunin leaves, right, because they're saying Jorge Mendes will offer Costa to Real Madrid if Andriy Lunin leaves, why would he want to come to us and be a backup to Courtois? It makes no sense. Like, Costa can go to most teams right now and be their number one keeper. Why would he want to come and be a backup? It's not even like Courtois is about to retire. And we saw he came back from that injury last season. He went back to immediately being a top 3 keeper in the world. So he's not going to get much playing time here. Like, why does he think Lunin wants to leave? Because Lunin balled out last season, was arguably a top 5 keeper in the world, and Courtois came back and immediately took the goalkeeping spot away from him. Costa, unless he's going to be fine with playing maybe the odd Champions League group stage game, Copa del Rey, maybe the Spanish Super Cup. I don't know. This move is a bit weird. I don't believe this rumor at all. I don't think it makes sense for his career to do this. Unless Madrid are thinking about selling Courtois or he's going to retire or something, which I don't think that's the case. I would like a player like Costa, but don't need him. And he cost a lot of money. His value is about 40 M's. Porto might want like 60 or 70. So why would we spend that on a keeper that's not going to come in and immediately be starting? Doesn't really make any sense. I think Kepa is more likely to come back to Madrid if Lunin leaves than us buying a Diogo Costa. So, yeah, don't see this deal happening. I think Costa is a player that a lot of teams should be looking at, right? I think Man City, what's going to happen with Ederson? If they sell Ederson, I could see him ending up at a Man City. What about maybe even a Bayern Munich? Manuel Neuer is getting up there in age. That might make a little bit more sense. But a Real Madrid? Nah, it would just be a weird move for the way that his career is going right now. He is a number 1 keeper. He's not a number 2. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's a good penalty stopper. He's good at making saves 1v1. He comes out for the ball as well. He's good in the air in terms of catching the ball on crosses and everything like that. So why come to Real Madrid? I only think that this rumor is here because of the kind of performances that he's put in for Portugal in the Euros before they got knocked out. He was cooking. I'm not going to lie. And Portugal were not that impressive in the Euros, but he looked good. And he's looked good for his club as well. This is why you've been seeing him get linked with the move to all these clubs. I remember, like, last season, he was also being linked to Manchester United. Teams want him to be their number 1, not to be their number 2. So, to me, this rumor is complete BS, even though I think Costa, as I said, would have been a goalkeeper that we'd be going after if we did not have a Courtois, or if his performances started dipping, or if he was leaving the club. But yeah, I don't believe this one at all. It would just be weird for him to do that now. I wouldn't complain if he wanted to be a backup keeper at Madrid. If you don't mind being number 2, though, Costa, I'll take you. But then the price is a little bit mad for a player that's not going to be playing week in, week out, right? I mean, goalkeepers, it's not even like you sub them on, right? It's not like you can sign 2 or 3 very good midfielders or wingers or, just whatever. Goalkeeper is the only position where they never get subbed off unless there's an injury. So it's like there's not even enough game time for you to have multiple really good keepers. And that could be an issue, which I think it would be for him. But then I'd be wondering, well, why the hell did you join us if you wanted to actually play and start most games? Like, are you stupid? But yeah, don't believe this rumor, people. Maybe in the future. You're only 24 years old, so who knows? But right now, I don't think Madrid are looking at a goalkeeper at all. Not spending money on one. I think, again, if Lunin decides to leave, it will be Kepa, I think, who comes back on loan or maybe even on a permanent transfer. I think Kepa would be happy to be a number two, but I don't think that it makes sense for Diogo Costa to want to be a number two. It's like, where's your ambition? But let me know what you guys think about this story. Do you think there is a possibility of it happening? Do you think he's better than Courtois? I mean, I don't, but he looks like he will be a really good keeper.